FDP. I request each one of you to mute yourself during the session. Please rename yourself with your name in the Zoom profile. Q&A sessions are available at the end of each session, and questions are invited orally as well as via chats. Prayer is a song of the heart. It reaches the ear of God, even if it is mingled with the cry and tumult of 1,000 men. Let us invoke the presence and blessings of the Almighty through a silent prayer. Without leaps of imagination or dreaming, we lose the excitement of possibilities. Distinguished guests, esteemed faculty members, participants, and students, it is our immense pleasure to welcome you all to the fourth day of 7 days national level virtual faculty development program on innovative education, integration of SDGs in curriculum framework. If everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. I am delighted to welcome Dr. Jonas Richard, Head Department of Social Work, and Dr. Madhu Dhruvakumar, Head Department of Commerce PG. We welcome you both. A moment's insight is sometimes worth a life experience. To offer us the correct insight, we have with us Dr. Kalyani Rao. We welcome you, ma'am. I wish to welcome my colleagues from both the Department of Commerce PG and Department of Social Work. I appreciate their presence here with us. I welcome you all, dear colleagues. I deem it a privilege to welcome the participants of this program. Your excitement to join the program adds more feathers to our caps. Welcome, dear participants. Last but not the least, I welcome my dear students who are part of each and every program in the department. Hearty welcome, dear students. I am delighted to welcome the resource person of the day, Dr. Kalyani Rao. Ma'am is a global educator, environmentalist, SDG project programmer, global student engagement programmer, international community change maker and motivator, SDG advocate, designer of PBL activities with a combination of 21st century skills, STEM, leadership skills, and climate change real action activities. She serves as both a country ambassador for T4 Education UK and a member of the screening team for the World Education Medal Asia. In order to improve the English language proficiency of Indian teachers, she serves as a responsible ambassador and holds the role as the president of the International English Language Teachers Association, IELTA India area. She recently trained 30 Indian teachers on climate change education in May 2024 to integrate SDGs into their curriculum and implement designed project activities to inspire students by representing as an international coordinator and trainer of ECHO Act US USA. Since 2020, she is involved as a global project facilitator to guide climate action project for thousands of teachers through her exceptional guidance. Ma'am also initiated international student exchange programs, green projects, techno trainings in cybersecurity, Minecraft, robotics, Raspberry Pi, national and international educational trips, crowdfunding campaigns, overnight adventure residential camps, and the list goes on. She is passionate about motivating young minds to engage in worthwhile real world projects that make a positive impact on society to relieve from stress, tension, fear of survival, personal counseling of students, bad manners, habits, and transfer them towards positive attitude and thinking. Ms. Rao holds a dual master's degree in HR Management and Development, Personal Management and Industrial Relations from Andhra University. And due to her passion towards nature and teaching, it turned her into an educator and became an IBDP CAS coordinator, followed by International Award for Young People Awardee Mentor, Child Safeguard Policy. She always tries to inject her sustainable projects to integrate into academics to transform young minds. Her well received international sustainable projects, which involve students and educators from more than 14 nations, include Earth Day Project 2024, Global Educator SDG Summit and Exchange Program 2024, Save Our Green Turtle and Blue Ocean, and Ocean Conservation Project 2023, Suchana Global SDG Project 2022, and Satwa Global SDG Project 2021. She is well known for her innovative approach in the field of education, being a part of the training of United Nations Climate Reality Leadership COP26 in 2020 by Al Gore, Mr. Al Gore, United States former Vice President, and recently nominated for World Education Medal Asia by T4 Education UK 2024. Ma'am's profile clearly states that she manages a vast array of portfolio. Dear Kalyani ma'am, we request you to take over the session. Over to you, ma'am. Ma'am,
Thank you so much, Dr.
yeah,
Jayan, sir.
and we are also joined here by Jonas Richard, sir.
Good evening, Dr. Jonas, sir.
Please make me okay, unmute. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining and amidst your busy schedule, and you have accepted our invitation. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Always, sir. Always. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So it's a wonderful invitation by Kristu College of Bangalore. And through IELTA, we know some of your professors who joins us in our programs. So International IELTA also knows about the Kristu College professors and the lecturers who attends the program and deliver the lectures. So today is, I think it's a delightful day for all of us. That evening today, I'm very happy that all are here today for giving at least some interest to listen to me. So today I'm going to talk about the assessment and evaluation of SDGs integration. So before I enter into the session, I would like to know a small interaction, I just want to ask a question. So I request all the participants to just post it in the chat box. I request Dr. Cherian sir to just give me the little bit output. So what is assessment in education? Just a single line. What is assessment in education, especially in school curriculums? What is it? As per your concern, as per your knowledge, as per your experience. Just put one single line or a word, whatever it is, so that I can move further. I know you're all experienced. Is there any answers coming, sir?
I'm waiting.
I request the audience, please. Okay, at least you can come to know. Maybe some people will be traveling, like Dr. Jonas sir is also now he's on this vehicle. So at least evaluation in in your curriculum, you might be having an idea, right? So assessment and evaluation, there's a little difference, right? The purpose of assessment is to gather information about the students' knowledge, skills, attitudes, and performance at a specific point in time. And it helps us to identify the areas of concern or weaknesses in student learning. So like to help us to inform decisions and about curriculum and instructional methods. So these assessments are qualitative. When compared to evaluation, the purpose of evaluation is to make judgments about a program, project, or a policy based on data gathered from assessments. So these evaluations can help us to determine the effectiveness, efficiency, relevance, and sustainability of a program. So evaluations are quantitative responses, and it is always quantified or assigned a specific numerical value. This is the difference. So today's session topic itself is assessment and evaluation of SDGs integration in curriculum. So you're all educators, you know about this very well. Just a little bit clarification I gave.
I'm
So,
sorry
sir,
to
can you please?
interrupt. We have few inputs which are coming in. So
Okay,
they have told that, assessment is checking the students' interest and progress.
okay,
One more is assessment is based on learning and understanding.
perfect.
And last one is process of analyzing and gathering information about learning. So these are the inputs which we
Thank
have
you,
got.
sir. Thank you so much, participants, for giving a valuable response. Sir, can you please put the slide one? Already, slide one is about me. Yes, already you explained it. Go to the slide number 2, the topic name. Slide number 2. Yes. And then slide number 3. So today we are talking completely on the SDGs, and we all aware of the 17 SDGs are there and which are interrelated. And here I just want to ask one more question. What is your favorite goal number? What is your favorite goal number? Just put number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just put the number in the chat box. My favorite number is 13. So meanwhile, I'll move to the next slide. So I'll request everyone to post it your related favorite goal number.
The inputs have started coming in. Most of them are opting for 7.
Oh,
Yeah. So then 1, 4, 3, 5. Yeah, but mostly it is 7 and 3, ma'am.
okay,
7
sir.
and 3.
So good health and energy, clean energy. Yes, we
Yeah.
required good health. After COVID, everybody recognized we required 100% health. We have to take care and a clean energy. Yes, of course, energy is clean. Then we can live for a long time and we can save a lot of, resources from the nature. So slide number 5, monitoring, evaluation, and the SDGs. I mean, I already explained, sir, assessments. We can move it. Yes. So here, monitoring, evaluation of SDGs, there are some indicators and statistics. So to date, there have been considerable focus on how to measure the progress using the indicators and statistics. So these briefing about these papers, sometimes, we focus on the role of the evaluation, and the evaluation differs from the monitoring and indicators, but it is complementary and adds substantial uh, value for learning and adaptive management. So coming to the Millennium Development Goals, briefing also unpack crucial lessons learned during the implementation of the Millennium Development Goals and how these should inform the national evaluation agendas and systems for the SDGs. So these points are very crucial. It is involved in the SDGs. That's why I'm explaining. So there are many misconceptions about evaluation. People might be saying, we will do a survey, but evaluation involves more than that. That it's related. I'll go in deeper in a little bit later. Complex environments. So complex environments also related to evaluation about establishing value, worth, and merit. So it means using critical thinking, asking questions, analyzing arguments, and assessing claims. So this can help to make difficult decisions in complex environments. Most of my projects contains critical thinking. So this is very important for a student to analyze his skills, to understand the status, to compete with others. So building evaluation capacity is a key task for evaluation professionals as well as for evaluation evaluation users. So they need to select evaluations questions to understand what is the most appropriate methodology and ultimately get the greatest benefit possible from the evaluation findings. Sir, next slide number 6, please. How SDGs can be assessed in education. So we all know the general assessment of our students and even the evaluation, how we evaluate them. So coming to the SDGs assessment or in how we will be assessed in education, how it possible. So sustainable development goals can be assessed in education in number of ways, including the SDG Impact Assessment Tool. That means it's a free online tool that helps visualize how an activity, organization, or innovation affects the SDGs. So it can be used to cultivate a sustainable mindset, and it's easy to embed into existing curriculum. Second, it comes like curriculum designing. So everyone, as a teacher, as a coordinator, or even a professor, everybody has to design the curriculum design. So educators can integrate the SDGs into their curriculum by including the real world examples. That means they need to do a lot of research. They have to do research. Otherwise, reading newspapers is only limited. Nowadays, internet is there. They can do a lot of research using active learning methods and selecting materials that directly address the SDGs. And then Global Proficiency Framework, that is a GPF. This framework helps the benchmark reading and the math skills for the students, at least from the grade 1 to 9 across different countries, not only India. It allows for more as consistent and comparable data collection and analysis. The last one is expert evaluation. External experts can evaluate the depth and quality of implementation of the SDGs, as well as the speed of change. So SDGs can also be used to align content with broader societal changes and to help students understand how their actions impact the planet. Next slide, please. What are the SDGs evaluated in education sector? So we want to know that what are the SDGs we can combine or evaluating through education sector or within the education sector. So that is goal number 4, quality education. And then this goal, we know that it aims to ensure that everyone has access to high quality education, regardless of their circumstances. It is also includes the building and upgrading the education facilities to be sensitive to children, disabilities, and gender. Then secondly, it's gender equality, goal number 5. Gender equality is a fundamental right, and it is an important goal in the education sector, because if you observe our neighboring countries, Afghanistan or even other countries, their gender equality has to be implemented. And we all know, at least in India, somewhat women are totally into the high status of education and other businesses. But still there are countries who suppress, where a woman has been suppressed, girl child has been suppressed. Even in India, in some remote places where I have been gone with my students, we surveyed in villages and especially in tribal areas, the girl child will not be allowed to enter into the school after 6th or 5th standard, even till date. They're like that. Even in Africa, I have researched with my friends in Africa. They have some villages, they don't allow the girl child after 4th and 5th standard, and they will get married. I was wondered, it's similar like in India. So there is still is going on. So we have to create this gender equality, fundamental information spread to the students right from the pre-primary level. At least when they grow up after 9th standard, they'll understand the actual the necessity, because we are watching so many newses nowadays in the media and everywhere. So we have to resolve that. And then disciplinary linkages. This is very expertized area, which is important for creating new knowledge and innovations to advance the SDGs. Direct linkages can be made between specific SDG targets, and most courses are disciplined. As I said, it's all related and interlinked. And competencies for achieving transformation involves the defining the knowledge, skills, behaviors, and attitudes that learners use to develop to achieve sustainability. Of course, then National Education Policy 2020, it was formulated as a part of SDG 4. Totally, it's a SDG 4 if you observe it, and aims to provide quality, inclusive, and equitable education for all. So then comes the teacher training programs and retention. So investing in teacher training and retention, especially in remote areas, it is very essential in those areas where teachers still under development. because whatever they transfer to those remote areas children, that is the one they're learning. So we have to develop the teacher training programs, mostly in remote areas, through SDG number 4, which is important for improving the quality of education. So some of our teachers from Odisha and Maharashtra, the Maharashtra's teacher recently, he was awarded by state government of Maharashtra, who is in IELTA India. I'm proud of that. Another teacher last year, he is the Mr. Dr. Chandan Mishra. He's from Odisha state. We call as Odisha. So it was Odisha now. So he was been awarded the best teacher award last year, September 5th from our president, the respectable president, as a best teacher of India. Out of, I think, from his state, 2 people are selected. Reason is he has implemented my project in his school for the first time. So that was selected by the government of India, and they have displayed my project banners and students video. And after that only I came to know it was so much, given government is giving value. So we can discuss on this in later part. Curriculum relevance. So curriculum relevance should be tailored to meet evolving the needs of the job market and technology. The reason why I explained sorry for going back a little bit about the 2 teachers, they're from remote areas. Whatever they've learned, they're training the teachers in the remote area. More than 100 and 500 teachers, they were training them, whatever they know. So being in city, we can also do some, sometimes weekends, we can travel along and we can teach the rural area teachers. The institutions has to plan this. So coming to this last part, I already explained you, the curriculum should be tailored and we have to meet according to the needs of the job and market technology. Slide number 8. Yes. What are the targets of SDG 4? SDG target is 4 areas where outcome areas, which means 3 of them will be implemented, and most of the targets has been actually, according to the policy in 2015, it has been designed. And first one is universal primary and secondary education. So by 2030, UNESCO, and once all the girls and boys completely free, equitable, and quality primary and secondary education, leading to relevant, effective learning outcomes. So the provision of 12 years of free, publicly funded, inclusive, equitable, quality, as I said, at least 9 years compulsory, leading to relevant learning outcomes should be ensured for all and without any discrimination. We know this point, everyone. So it's early childhood development and universal pre-primary education. That's what. So ensure all the thing, the same point it is, so a little bit elaborated. So the pre-primary students has to be educated every corner of the India. They have to get they have to go to the school at least 1 year free from the compulsory quality of pre-primary education should be encouraged and to be delivered by the well-trained educators as well as that of early child development and care. The third point is equal success to technical, vocational, or vocational and higher education. So according to the higher education, as per the UN 2030 agenda, all the women and men are affordable and equal access. They should have equal access, and the quality, they have to access the quality technical, vocational, and tertiary education, including university studies. That means it is imperative to reduce barriers to skills development and technical, as well as vocational education and training, that is TVET. Yes, starting from the secondary level as well as to the tertiary education, including the universities, they have to provide the lifelong learning opportunities for youth and adults. The provision of tertiary education should be progressively free in line with existing international agreements. So coming to the fourth point, relevant skills for decent work. Sustainability education is always substantially increased. The number of youth and adults who have relevant experience and the skills, including the technical and vocational skills, it helps them for employment, overseas jobs, and also to become entrepreneurs. That means the quality is ensured to learn, the opportunities should be increased and diversified, using a wide range of education and training modalities. The skills acquisition through this beyond that means it should be placed on developing high level cognitive and non-cognitive transferable skills such as problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, teamwork, communication skills, and conflict resolution. So these are all 21st century skills. Gender equality and inclusion. So gender equality, as I discussed with you, eliminate it as much as we can. The target is 2030 again. The gender disparities in education and ensure equal access to all the levels of education and vocational training for the vulnerable, including persons with disabilities, indigenous people, and the children in the vulnerable situations. That means the people, irrespective of sex, age, race, color, ethnicity, language, religion, as well as political and even other opinions, national and social origin, property, or birth, as well as all the all the citizens with disabilities, migrants, and even indigenous people like children, youth, especially those who are in vulnerable situations, are those having this access, should have this access to inclusive, equitable, quality education and lifelong learning opportunities, as well as with other citizens. And then so this is a universal youth literacy that shows all the youth and a substantial proportion of the adults, both men and women, achieve literacy and numeracy. That is action for the target aims at ensuring that by 2030, all the young people and adults across the world should have achieved relevant and recognized proficiency levels in functional literacy and numeracy skills that are equivalent to levels achieved at successful completion of the basic education. And the seventh one is education for sustainable development and global citizenship. So this is where we can ensure that all the learners by 2030, they should acquire the knowledge and skills needed to promote the sustainable development, including among others, through education for sustainable development and sustainable lifestyles and human rights, gender equality, promotion of the culture, peace, non-violence, global citizenship. Also it could be lead to cultural diversity and of cultural contribution to the sustainable development. So here we can discuss about cultural culture of peace and non-violence. That's always we have to highlight to the students that country. I mean, we have to maintain, we should not have this kind of situations as per our level while maintaining sustainable lifestyle. So sustainable lifestyle, it contains being addicted to a sustainable nature. That's nothing else. So we can live as much as we care for us, our health, or whatever it is, it comes under sustainable lifestyle, and we can help others. So many global challenges will be there here in facing the resolving the global challenges. Even we can acquire through education. Students will get the solution on this, and they become transformed into a global global citizen. And this will help them to understand the human rights education as well as the intercultural education for international understanding when they travel to other countries, and also when they're going to exchange, when they involve in the exchange programs or global collaboration projects. That helps them a lot how to interact, how to know about how to behave themselves, and when especially with the other nationality students. And then slide number 9, sir. Implementation of SDG 4 methodologies. So we have around a few methodologies how we will be implementing this. Improving access to education. That includes the building and upgrading education facilities that are sensitive to the needs of the children, people with disabilities, and women. But next is training the teachers. As I said, training teachers is always plays a vital role, includes the number of qualified teachers, especially in developing countries. This is very important so that they can migrate, they can teach to other side of the world. The curriculum designing, everybody have the should know this important assignment that incorporates the modern knowledge and as well as emphasizing practical hands-on learning. And then peer learnings, yes, it's also sharing cost for collecting and analyzing data on learning outcomes. Then monitoring and evaluation. So this includes the government and the society sharing responsibility for monitoring and evaluating the education system, as I explained you in the earlier part. Some of the aspects of the SDG 4 includes ensuring all the girls, as we discussed, high quality of childhood education, as well as equitable access to high quality of post-secondary schooling by 2030. Slide number 10. Why? What is the importance? I think why it is so important to integrate SDGs into the educational system. This is the big question nowadays. There are some projects in a global level, free projects. So many teachers from around the world, they'll join with the students. Whatever they're given, whatever the syllabus they're giving weekly or day-wise schedule, they will complete it. But how far teachers are transforming the knowledge? Why? Why we have to integrate SDGs in our education system? So raise this point within yourself or even ask the children, share with them or listen from them what they want to listen, what they want to share, what they want to question. So these kind of interactions will also resolve and people can work with passion. It's not just for the sake of project or students will get a certificate and your syllabus will be completed. No, put your heart and soul. Let children also involve with heart and soul. This is called the passionate projects and passionate job or a work, and children will definitely turn into global citizens under your guidance. So this kind of things will be broaden up their perspective, instilling a sense of responsibility towards addressing challenges like poverty, inequality, and climate change. By integrating these SDGs, especially into curriculum, we cultivate a generation of students who are not just academically proficient, but also socially conscious as a global citizens. Here are I just want to give us some clues. Revising the curriculum framework, incorporating the SDG keys, themes, and objectives into this curriculum framework. And then project-based learning, PBL. We all know PBL, encouraging students to investigate, analyze, and address local and global challenges related to SDGs. And then inquiry-based learning. This is also create a lot of creativity and enthusiasm within students. Encourage them to ask questions, conduct research, and present solutions related to these SDGs. Integrate topics that promote SDGs. So how to integrate the topics that promotes SDGs like art, artificial intelligence, and technology, and information communication technology into the curriculum. So you can also add green skills, which is also very, very, in the other countries of part of the world, green skills are very important, especially at this pre-primary and primary level. UNESCO has given a statement that green skills are very, very essential for this age group of children. You can search on what is green skills in the next, because my topic is going to elaborate now if I explain a lot. Teach SDGs as courses. So I always request the Indian universities and colleges, try to create a course. We are only creating engineering, management, and some kind of technology based or even related to legal courses, whatever it is. In abroad and other universities, if you see the private universities nowadays, they started the courses on SDGs. Try to make a diploma course, at least a 1-year diploma course or 6 months course, because when they travel out of country for any external job or within the country, there are millions and millions of jobs lying down now. Even for internship programs, there's a big craze in students can get start earning themselves being in the school days. So keep giving them a course or search a course, share with them the link, because we have so many courses related to the SDGs as courses. Even I can design courses, and please bring out these courses related to the SDGs. So like clean water, sanitation, economic growth, in an industry, innovation, and infrastructure. At least this will be very useful for the growth of cities and even urban, rural levels. Integrate SDGs into your existing course, as I mentioned to you. integrate these principles of SDGs into the course curriculum or your classroom curriculum across the, like a disciplinary manner. I'll ask the students to develop, it's going to develop them critical thinking and problem solving skills. Give them a group discussion on this. They will going to come up with a solution. So design such kind of lesson planning in the curriculum to promote critical thinking, problem solving, and values based learning. And then developing competencies for ESDs, that is developing a critical thinking, system thinking, and anticipatory competencies. So how, next slide, sir. How do you integrate SDGs into your curriculum? That is the main question mark sometimes. So many teachers used to message me, they asked me, I said, ma'am, it's not a message one. You just have to understand, do some research, and attend some webinars, or join in a project, or even you yourself do research work like a project. So it has to come within oneself. No, ma'am, just in a 1 hour you can explain, I'll come online, they'll say. It's not possible. It's a kind of your own interest, and it takes some time to understand a personal experience also. So there are three main ways normally we include in this learning about the sustainable development goals in the school activities, and extending the current curriculum topics, adding the specific SDG units, or making connections to school events and national and global situation. The events or whatever the courses. And in today's dynamic educational environment, this goes beyond the textbooks and examinations. Even it plays a vital role in shaping the responsible global citizens. But as a climate reality leadership corp and SDG activist, I strongly believe in nurturing minds that not only they excel academically, but also contribute to the sustainable development of our planet, create the passion and the love towards the earth and the nature. So I firmly believe that incorporating sustainable developments into everyday learning is critical in a classroom environment. And it's going to be the perfect way for a brighter and more responsible future of your student. Fostering global citizenship. Embracing the SDGs into the classroom provides students with a holistic understanding with the about the global issues. So it broadens our perspective, instilling a sense of responsibility towards addressing challenges like poverty, inequality, and even the climate change. So by integrating these into your curriculum, we can cultivate a generation of students who are not only just academically proficient, but also socially consciousness, like a global citizens. Interdisciplinary learning. Yes, this is a multidimensional concept that it requires It is interdisciplinary learning. The topic is, so for this, they required a multidimensional concept that is also by incorporating SDGs into various subjects. Like students have to develop a comprehensive understanding of real world problems. They have to do a little research on internet. For instance, all the engineering programs explore sustainable energy, as so many today they mentioned as goal number 7. So while also examining the socio-economic implications of global inequalities, this kind of approach encourages students to think critically and apply knowledge across in different domains. In 2016 itself, I have incorporated green energy workshops and training programs, and as students implemented that green cars and street lights, as well as table lamps through this green energy. And what we have done is not only learning ourselves, we want to transfer this. So our students and myself, we went to some rural area. And because in Andhra, especially in Andhra Pradesh, I don't know about the other states, during summer or even normally out of summer also, electricity problem. So students will come and the rural children will come and read under street lights. Sometimes street lights also will not be available. So what we have done, we created the lamps, for study lamps, table lamps, and we have gifted the students That's a kind of encouragement for our students. What they've learned, they transformed, and they've seen the smiles on the faces of the rural children. And it was really, I can say, like it's a millennium moments for us. So these kind of things you can create and bring your students to be like global learners. Hands-on experience, experiential learnings is essential for grasping the practical aspects of sustainable development goals, like students in community, like involve them in the community services projects, and also environmental initiatives, social outreach programs aligned with SDGs. Like I used to take students for 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th to the government schools, because we are from international school platform. So we used to take to the student one day, they have to become a teacher in the government school. So I'll leave them in the school for whole day, like a batch wise will take, and they will teach what they learn in their life, right from the grade 1 to grade 8 or 6. So this is a kind of I can say the involvement of the students will give them a lot of fun, but as well as lot of understanding about the value of education, value of human ethics, because students in international schools, they come from a very good background or financially very strong. But if you go to if you understand about government schools, you can understand the parent status. So there's a lot of difference. But this kind of programs definitely change the mindset of students. Instead of I mean, we guide them, we just stop them, don't do that. That's word is totally against to the students. So they don't want to listen that word. So I have implemented such ideas in many other ways. This has given a lot of transformation and very good results to me, as I have received a lot of compliments from teachers and as well as parents. So try to see the transformation of characters, how to change, instead of informing them, no, you're not supposed to do it. No, we don't allow. This will not actually, their mind will not take this. Mentally, they don't accept this. So these kind of experience empower the students to translate theoretical knowledge into meaningful actions, fostering a deep sense of empathy and responsibility. Then innovation and creativity. SDGs serve as a catalyst for innovation by encouraging students to brainstorm and implement solutions to real world challenges. So we can promote innovation kind of projects to students on various platforms like hackathon, collaborative projects, industrial visits, and knowledge exchange programs. So many are there. So these kind of things are very important apart from the classroom. This is not only enhances your students' problem solving skills, but also, as I said, it nurtures the culture of continuous involvement, alignment with the sustainable development agenda. Also, if they travel to or they apply for the undergraduation courses, entire the world looking for a community service certificate and one sustainable development project certificate. Please remember this, the students are going to get a scholarship, but not the 90% marks. They don't look for 100% of marks as it in India it is common, but they look forward for one sustainable project. I mean projects are whatever this 15 days project or 3 months project. Hopefully, it is a 3 months project carries a lot of value than a 15 days, but at least at the school level, they should have the certificates through proper training on sustainable workshops or even service community services. So you can ask me, or later on you can inform anyone. I can help you on this with the NGOs or collaboration with the global NGOs. So cultivating ethical leadership, integrating these SDGs into the classroom curriculum, it helps in shaping ethical leaders and consciousness change makers. Our students normally they're going to encourage to explore the ethical dimensions of decision making, considering the impact on the environment and society. That was the edge I want to create. This approach nurtures a generation of leaders who prioritize sustainability and social responsibility in their professional personal lives. Create leaders, don't create followers. I have this from my teacher, right from my childhood. So always I treat my peers as leaders. So I always inform them in office or in my school, college, even now as my part of the team working from different countries, part of the world. But I treat them as leaders and I create them as the leaders. It's just you transform the knowledge, you will get more knowledge. So here, you also create more leaders. Always, as a teaching profession, you always created by this time maybe thousands and lakhs of leaders, and we have to salute for that because you're all the right change makers. Promoting inclusivity and diversity. So sustainable development is inherently linked to inclusivity and diversity. By incorporating SDGs, our classrooms have transformed into spaces that celebrate differences and encourage dialogue on social justice issues. Our students learn to appreciate diverse perspectives, fostering an inclusive environment that mirrors the principles of sustainable development. Then the next one is measuring impact and accountability. So how this SDGs measure the impact? The SDGs provide a clear framework for measuring the progress and impact. Integrating these goals into our classroom setting allows for the evaluation of educational initiatives in terms of their contribution to sustainable development. This kind of approach instills a sense of accountability, encouraging our students to continuously assess and improve their efforts towards achieving the SDGs. By incorporating sustainable development goals into the classroom, it is not just a trend, it is a necessity for shaping the leaders and innovators for the future. I want to suggest that all the educational institutions should commit to provide an education that goes beyond the textbooks, preparing students to navigate the complex challenges of the 21st century. By embracing SDGs, we have created a learning environment that not only equips students with knowledge, but also empowers them to make a positive impact on this world. I hope you got this point. These are very crucial points. Next slide, sir. 12. So SDGs to integrate as per the UN agenda. So what are the SDGs we can integrate? So achieving this this present situation, there is some few goals has been marked by the UN SDGs, UN organizations. That is for very much required for sustainable urban resource management, that are identified as SDG 6, clean water and sanitation. Of course, we need water and sanitation every corner of the world. And SDG 7, as I said, everyone said affordable and clean energy. Yes, and 11 is sustainable cities and communities. When cities are developing, automatically communities and rural areas, we have to develop. We're going to develop, and economy will develop. So that's the one thing. 11 is one. And then 12, responsible production and consumption. Of course, the consumption is very important. Already we have the 7 and other areas. And then coming to 17, that is a partnership of the goals. For the goals, that means we can collaborate, we can move forward, we can elaborate our extensions, our communications, our projects, our collaborations. So there are many ways to assess and evaluate the integration of SDGs. That includes the SDG impact assessment tools. This is a tool, sir, I think the next slide, no, it's okay. I'll just explain two lines. So tools are the in SDG assessment tools available online. It's free for all of us. It's going to help us to research and educational institutions like companies and as well as entrepreneurs, civic organizations, and public agencies. We'll have a little bit elaborate. Next slide, sir. The purpose. What is the purpose of integration? Which I already explained the requirement and what is the output, but purpose is like it promotes learning to help countries to reach their development ambitions. Yes. And the main purpose is achieving inclusive and quality education for all the citizens or the young learners. So that believing that education is one of the most powerful and proven vehicles for sustainable development goals. So these goals ensures that all the girls and boys, of course, Again, they have to get educated by 2030. And how to integrate this sustainability into curriculum, including the teaching. We have to include the teaching and learning experiences in this. So there are some 3 ways, at least we can include the learning about the SDG goals in our school activities, like extending curriculum topics, adding specific SDG units, or making connections to schools, school events and national global uh, events, or even programs, exchange program. For example, you can ask your students to create and exhibit a college or a moral that represents their ideas of for a sustainable future. Compose and perform a song. Ask them to create a song or a poem and a video making that conveys the sustainability message, or a design. Ask them to design and make a product or a service, like a kind of with a caption, a small kind of product with a caption, and how to sell that product, in an official way, in a sustainability way. So these kind of service, these kind of activities creates them as entrepreneurs, and they will reach, very high level after this. So definitely there a lot of change will come in students. And also it makes them to earn money at the age of, right from the school level. We have to give them the opportunity to earn from the school level. Doesn't mean that parents are not paying. There's a very big challenge will come. They'll say, ma'am, we know, we take care of our students. We have only one child. Of course, I'm the only one child. But I started working from my 10th grade onwards, teaching in YMCA, teaching, and during my holidays, I used to earn money for my textbooks. It doesn't mean that my father is a gazetted officer in Food Corporation of India, central government employee. So he told me that you have to stand on your own in any corner of the world. So you have to learn many things. Start designing your personality, or start earning from your childhood. So you will come to know the value and ethics of how to live, how to earn, how to teach others. So these are so many things we have to learn from parents. Of course, you can also be you're all a role models for your students. I have a very favorite students from my childhood. Still today, I am just today, because of them, I'm here in front of you all. So I always respect my teachers from my school and even my college and my university. So slide number 4, sorry, next 14. This is the ways of evaluations, the ways to access and evaluate the integration of the sustainability goals into a curriculum. So there are some ways to assess and evaluate. This is the main topic which we have today. For that, I was coming up with all the information from the basic level to make everybody to understand. If they knows it well and good, but I'm also learning. I'm learning from everyone. So let me share my thoughts here. So use a variety of assessment tools. So using tools like presentations, projects, case studies, and reflective essays, even testimonies, videos to evaluate students' understanding about these SDGs. That's number 1. Incorporate formative assessments. So we use quizzes, discussions to gauge students' understanding and provide feedback. Even now, next month, I'm organizing. I used to organize on even debate programs in the school, in the state. So we are organizing on environment, a debate. So we are getting a lot of support from international ocean organizations. So many things are there. If you want to create, you can inculcate in your curriculum. So design the rubrics, create a rubrics that clearly that should link to the SDGs, and ensure that the progress is evaluated constantly. So use your self-assessment and peer assessment. These also can help students. Like this kind of process is also help the students. Ask them to understand what is the self-assessment and peer assessment, and make them to monitor and improve their learning. That's also a very, very important thing. And use a strategic approach. This kind of I can say self-assessment and peer assessment is very, very it's very, very healthy learning part, where children will analyze their own personality. So next one is use a strategic approach. A strategic approach to implementation, which includes the mapping, what is already being done, identifying the priorities, and integrating the SDGs. Use a simple based approach. Just take simple principles based approach to the students, and that set it as ambitious goals for them. So they have to think what is their ambitious goal, because students will keep changing their goals every year. But after 12th, they don't change. If you see observation, right from the first grade, if you ask them, by the time the 12th they reach, they'll be having a different goal compared to the all previous years. But after degree graduation, they don't change. But before entering the graduation, they have to stick. They have to put a foundation. That is an actual goal. That kind of atmosphere we have to create by inculcating in the SDGs. Ask them to use project-based learning, PBL. So you will also learn a lot in project-based learning, and it's going to give you more effective and than traditional teaching methods. So go for the advanced sustainability knowledge skills through projects or creating small tasks and activities for students. Yeah, I just want to give you some tools on this, like a SDG impact. SDG impact assessment tool is there online available, as I mentioned in the previous slide. And then SDG project assessment tool is there. That is also user friendly. It is from UN Habitat actually. If you research on this, you will be getting. I can post this tools later on in my email to Sharian sir. And these kind of tools this kind of tools helped us city authorities and delivery partners develop sustainable urban projects. So it's going to include a list of sustainability principles and performance criteria aligned with the SDGs. And then SDG impact tool. This is also one kind of tool which is very helpful. This will going to help you to report, validate, and track the contribution of the project activities of the SDGs. It helps make the impact claiming process more efficient. And then Combos tool. This tool helps the countries to develop evidence and analysis and introduce policies and institutional reforms. And then self-assessment, this is called SDG Compass is there. SDG Compass is a user guide that helps the companies align their strategies and measure their contribution to SDGs. And then comes to industry level, industry matrix. This is also a resource for showcases examples of corporate action related to SDGs. Slide number 15. That is the assessment tool which I want to elaborate here. I think, sir, I can post in the chat box at the end the assessment tool links. But before that, I want to explain. So this is these tools which I am going to share with you. And there are so many plenty of free calculators also, tools are also available on online. And this is going to help you to research or in the students to research on, especially from the educational sector. As I said, the consumption part, whatever it is, the task given by the teachers, they can go through that. Studies. One of the assessment is rapid integrated assessment. That is a tool which helps countries to integrate and SDGs into their national and subnational plannings. And another one is strategic environment assessment that's going to create a critical analysis of institutional coordination, stakeholder engagement, monitoring, reporting, and evaluation frameworks. This part is I think, very much required and close to our in education sector. And then UNESCAP indicate that one will useful in two different, like one is the indices to access the program towards the SDGs. Another one is anticipated progress gap. So we can remove that gap through this kind of online assessment tools. And the final one is project performance assessment. This is a project performance is assessed against the evaluation criteria, such as effectiveness, relevance, efficiency, sustainability, and gender mainstreaming. So these are the assessment tools, and there are variety of ways and tools to measure our greenhouse gas emissions. Like different methodologies also available. Maybe it may be based upon the different assumptions and scopes, which will affect the results of the assessment. Working with the professional services, normally we can help to each other to conduct the quality carbon footprint. Like example, we go for because you're all from the education sector, we can ask the students to calculate the carbon footprint according to the situations, according to the electricity, whatever the water consumption, accordingly, we can give them a task. So there are free tools available online to help you gaining general knowledge and general understanding of the greenhouse gas emissions. Every sector can calculate, not only schools, even right from the Air Force, even from hospitality. And there are so many carbon footprint calculators as well as school climate calculators. Cool climate calculators, I think they're developed by University of California, Berkeley. So these are very much highly, these are very highly used, and it's very famous. So calculating your business carbon footprint, that means any business, right, from the educational institutions, as I said, factories, hospitals, these kind of uh, tools will be helpful. That's especially to emit the carbon dioxide and methane in a variety ways, including from powering the buildings, transporting materials, required products, and manufacturing products, which is indirectly produces greenhouse gases through waste disposal and even including employees travel. Measuring direct and indirect greenhouse gas emissions will help you to calculate your organization's carbon footprint. It is important to note that even though the greenhouse gases are tied to energy usage, measuring your carbon footprint is different from conducting an energy audit. Our carbon footprint measurement focuses on calculating the amount of greenhouse gases emitted from your organization's building and other operations. So this could be uses in tons of carbon equivalent emissions per year, whereas the energy audit looks at how energy is used for your organization. So I don't want to get deeper in this. There is a video from a teacher who has been part of my projects from last, I think, more than 8-9 years. I think the first video, sir, in a YouTube link. Can you play this video? Uh,
Yeah, please give me a minute, ma'am.
yeah, you can close this and then again open back. Yes.
Ma'am, there are two videos. One is on green leaders in action.
No, I given 1, 2, 3, sir. One is the one YouTube. Second is the one league competition. Another understand in the. Okay, anyway, you open the league one because there is a teacher video also there.
Yeah,
I
it says it's not currently available. That's what it says.
Which one, sir?
The teacher's video.
Okay, fine. Then you can go for the league one, first one. And second one also, second one we can play in the end.
Okay.
I have fun.
The other one, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So there are some calculators. This video is all about a project-based learning. I mean, it's kind of a training program for students where I've been a part of this organization. I'm one of the partner for this, where we will encourage students with the coding games through animation, where at the end of every chapter, the student will the student will have to answer a small puzzle. So, and also there is some kind of activities which is related to curriculum. So the student has to do this calculation. So every end of the project, it's a 14 days program. So at the end of the program, students can understand how much they are going to save, or the school saving. School also will be part of this. That's why we want schools has to incorporate this kind of projects as a part of curriculum, and as well as to enrich the knowledge for the students. So I'll come back to another video. Sir, there is a carbon footprint links which I'll share in the end. Can play the another video, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Student video.
Yes, ma'am.
We have fun and kind of awesome, amazing, the best. Teamwork, fun, exciting. I liked the League for Green Leaders because I learned things in a fun way and I got to work with my teammates. Always work together, so like it's a team effort instead of like I did by myself. In the league competition, I learned about the environment and ways I can help it. I played a bunch of games that were really educational and fun. My solar oven uses the sun's heat to reheat stuff or cook stuff, and I'll show you how it works. You get to do a bunch of fun activities and projects, and you get to work with your teammates, which is really fun.
My child really enjoyed this program because it was a great balance of, both being educational and being a lot of fun as well.
These outcomes are impacting my children's future and their growth by raising their level of awareness for the choices that they make every day.
She had a great time learning how to track her own CO2 and, measuring trees, and she was just always so energized.
It really showed how if one thing happens to one part of the population in the plants or the animals, how it affects the whole system. And then we can see how that can impact human lives.
I know that it was highly engaging to the students, and particularly one student whose mother emailed me and told me that he was having difficulty engaging in regular classes, but spent so many hours in the competition for the Green Leaders.
I want other kids to know that it's educational, but you have fun learning things by playing games and working with your teammates.
Thank you so much, sir. I just posted 2 sample links, but there are so many links on the internet.
Ma'am, for the benefit of the participants, can I share the websites of Cool Climate and Carbon Calculator?
Yeah, that's why I posted in the group. And regarding the students, this is a beautiful project design.
Ma'am, this is the carbon footprint calculator, the Cool Climate calculator.
Yes, sir. They can log in, and it's easy. It's everybody can log in. So this is for the cool. I don't think in India, especially in the south side, we don't require. But in outside countries, they required, especially in US and Russia and other places. We required this carbon CO2 calculator. So CO2 calculator, that similar way which I have explained that project about for students. In that project training in the 14 days, students have analyzed. I've seen practically, students will started calculating, sir, how much consumption, electricity consumption, water consumption at home, and then what is happening at school. So there is a video which I said it is not played. It was a live evidence for me. The school has stopped. Getting the school there's a canteen, so they have stopped the vegetables purchasing every day. Instead of that, I told them to do the kitchen garden and especially in the roof gardens. And also they installed, they've done a survey on the school electricity consumption, because they have found a lot of, heavy bills are paid. And so finally what the school have decided, they've incorporated the green and solar energy on the rooftop, entire school rooftop. So now they saved completely the electricity bills, because in Andhra Pradesh, suddenly the government, without information, they increased double, triple times. I think more than 5 times, 7 times they increased the electricity prices. That's one reason. And slowly coming in, the change is coming, sir. We are happy for that, because the beach cleanup, when we initiated in the 2014 or 2013, our seashore looks very, very untidy. Today, if you see, the beach looks very beautiful, because we have shared the projects from the conferences of oceans, and we have given some ideas shared by the students to the local municipality government, and they started implementing, sir. Now this 29th September, I have a beach cleanup. I am going tomorrow to request the municipal corporation not to clean for 2 days. Otherwise, I don't get the trash. So I have to go, especially I have to request the municipal commissioner and medical officer. So this is the situation. I'm so happy they started developing slowly, but the change is constant. So I request all the educationists, I mean the schools, management, including colleges, give an impact, give a kind of thought for the students. What is the future? What is how they're going to live healthy life or a polluted life? When you ask them, they have to think on this. So I always suggest the mentors has to give this injection in the form of critical thinking and research. So my projects always inject this kind of analysis for students, right from the schooling to the university level. So all my projects, that's the reason I connected with at least 40, 50 countries of global level university students, college levels university students. But they are coming with so many ideas compared to India. They don't have even any kind of suggestions from the mentors. But here, all our mentors are trained in India. To be frank, 2 months back, I've trained 30 teachers on climate change education with for a free certificate. That course was designed by alumni of Harvard University, and it cost in Harvard around $7,000. But our teachers, 30 teachers, now only 22 teachers left. They have not implemented in the school. I just gave activities for the course to implement and train them. 25 days, or I think almost 30 days, I trained them online on their free time. I've taken my own time. But thing is, you have to come up with your ideas, sir. Passion should come out. So this is all. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Cherian, sir. Thank you, Madhu, ma'am. Thank you, Jonas, sir. And thank you all my dear participants today from different parts of India, I think. So I'm so grateful for giving this attention to my webinar. Actually, I have one more PPT with all kind of activities. It's a kind of only playing the activities. I don't want to explain much deeper what we have done all these years. I just concreted into one single PPT, but time is already 7:12, I think 7:12. Yes. So I don't think Cherian sir will give the permission. But next time when you invite me, I will come and play that practical activities which we have done through SDGs and combining the curriculum, I mean, whatever it is. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, Simon sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, dear ma'am, for those enriching thoughts. What we take home today is the passion for change. And one skill which ma'am has, stressed throughout her talk is about critical thinking. So we are facing problems, real life world problems, but how to overcome it? It's by inculcating critical thinking into students. And now the floor is open for question and answer session. Participants can orally ask questions by unmuting or else putting their questions in the chat box. So before the participants ask, I wanted to ask one question to you, ma'am. So basically, students are living nowadays in the virtual world. And here we are talking about SDG in the real world. So how do you bridge the gap between the two?
The virtual world is also required, but not anything like you said. There is a proverb in our Indian strategy. Whatever you take, extra, I mean excess, it's not going to be success, right? So it's very harmful. So virtual world is very useful if you use it in a right way. There's the projects, online projects. I always design projects online, sir, virtually. But students and teachers and even the colleges or university, they implement in their daily life, like, offline they'll implement. So I communicate with the teachers group or the professors group, and I give them orientation and instructions. They will transfer, and I'll visit the colleges in India personally to give them more, kind of support and encouragement. For example, we have smart farming. You heard about smart farming, sir?
No, I haven't heard, ma'am.
Smart farming is IIT workshop we organize in colleges, schools, and universities. Is the recently I have heard that smart farming is very much in demandable. The reason is they can do farming within your campus if you have place. If not, also they can organize on a table-based farming, as a specimen, where they will be getting the toolkits and the hardware and software guided by the workshop trainers from the IIT. they will assistant lecturers or professors will be coming and train them. And this is going to give them, reduce the most of the time on the virtual programs. They can use for the knowledge. There is a limit to use for the knowledge. Artificial intelligence, virtual reality, so many things are coming. But use it in a appropriate, sustainable way. That's what I'm saying. Start your life from the morning 6 a.m. itself as sustainable lifestyle. Sustainable lifestyle means right from the milk packet, I maintained all kind of in my daily life. Otherwise, I cannot come and explain to my students and teachers, right? So start your day from the milk packet, how you're going to cut it. I told my mother few years back, don't cut it completely, because the small particles of the milk packet, the corners will go and pierce into the voiceless species in the oceans. So I have created some kind of program on this. Students have started crying in that program. We called a oceanography professor, and she have given a video presentation how it is going to affect harmful things for the the oceanic species. So similar kind of examples are there. You can invite a webinar or invite a seminar from realistic professionals. So they will come and share the videos. They will be having the research programs. So we can work on this, sir, many more and many times, but we have to come with ideas. You have to give us times. Apart from this, any other question, sir? I think I answered your question.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Any more?
Yeah, ma'am,
Hello.
Anil Kumar sir is online. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Ma'am, my session was really very knowledgeable, ma'am. Thank you so much. I have one complicated questions here.
Tell me, sir.
Among 17 sustainable development goals,
Hmm?
how many sustainable development goals are directly interconnected to higher education institutions?
It's not like higher education. I think I've mentioned to you the goals which I've given already. Remember this?
Yeah, yes.
I've mentioned in my my PPT.
Slides.
First PPT.
Yeah.
I think you missed out, sir.
No, ma'am.
For higher education, we can promote. Most of the world is looking for 13 and 14, 15, as well as energy. So hardly 3 to 4 goals are important. So especially 13 is very important, sir. Entire world is looking for 13, because 13 is connected to each and every goal, which is connected directly for even higher education, employments. That's what I'm saying. I'm a climate reality cop trained by Al Gore, former president of USA. So which we have learned that whatever the higher education students require to launch their projects or travel or for overseas jobs opportunities, they need to do at least one sustainable goal related to climate. The climate is involved with health and food, employment, so many things, energy.
Yes.
So one aspect and entire total relation, sir. Yes, sir.
What about sustainable development goals 4, ma'am? Quality education.
Quality education is a concrete of education sector, sir. Without without education 4, we cannot move further. As you said, higher education, what is the other goal? Today we are all discussing about SDG 4 only. Entire information is on SDG 4.
Yes.
Because that is mandatory for everyone.
Hmm.
That is mandatory for everyone. When they want to go for higher education, climate action project, at least 113 number goal, they should understand. If they understand 13, they understand other SDG numbers.
Okay.
I
Okay,
think
I
somebody-
understood.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Anything, please mail me, sir. I think, sir,
Okay, sure, ma'am.
Cherian, sir, can you put the last slide of my presentation?
Sure.
So that meanwhile, I can answer the questions. People can note down the importance of the contact for. Yes, there is a number and email ID also. Yes. So anyone with questions, someone raise the answer.
Yeah, Prema Jyoti ma'am has raised her hand.
Prema
Ma'am,
ma'am.
over to you, ma'am. Prema Jyoti ma'am.
Hello, sir. Yeah.
Yes,
Ma'am,
madam.
good evening, ma'am. Very excellent presentation.
I don't know. It's already time up. So I'll take few minutes, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, ma'am. It's not a question, ma'am, actually. So when you are sharing your, experience through video, it was like ignited me to, seek further, maybe suggestions, I can say. So when I was working with the MSW students, so we came up with some ideas, ma'am, with the experience of field work. So students developed some projects. It's related to green and also goal 1 poverty eradication. So they were invented one charger, that is solar charger, where they can save lot of energy. I mean fuel. This one electricity. So that project actually still now they completed the course and they are settled working on different fields. So maybe I can, I don't know whether it is public platform, whether I can take more time to seek all these suggestions from you. So how I can help them for further, initiating to meet SDG goals. This
What
is
is the
one
age group,
project.
ma'am? No, only one project you have?
No, 2 projects I have, ma'am. Another one is like mobile ambulance.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. So where in a rural side, no, people are struggling and they are waiting for ambulance to access the health facilities. So my students come up with an idea. They were inbuilt the gas cylinder which is regularly using by households. With that help, the second seat which is there in the two-wheeler, they built a small sitting arrangements with all first aid kits and all. So these 2 projects, I wanted to take initiative, but yeah, I don't know how to go ahead about.
I have a very, very, very appreciable, ma'am. Thanks for you, because I'm really heartfully thanking you for encouraging students. What is the age group? Can I know that, the students?
Students 19-20, ma'am.
I'm in the college.
College. They passed out actually.
Okay.
Now they're working. Now
now.
they're working. Some of them were in company and some of them were in NGOs.
Ma'am, what I'll do, you have to talk to me, because there are some organizations, and even for India, I can write down and link up these projects of your students. So if it is acceptable by Modi sir, or if it is because normally higher outside countries are giving lot of push up for the students on this particular, like youth ambassadors or youth entrepreneurs. They're going to fund for the projects, especially on the technology and green energies. So if you can meet, we can consult me later part. I can help your students to get, but did they have any company on this? Have they have incorporated any small NGO or something? Or what is the
No,
have done any
no, ma'am.
research survey, like how students has been, other public has been
Yeah.
benefited?
Yeah.
Your entire
Yeah.
project output, right?
Yes, ma'am. We done a survey, ma'am. Market survey, B2B, B2C, everything we done based on the interest of
You have
publics
evidences.
only. We came up. Yes.
Yeah, you have evidences and small any testimonial videos. Have you recorded?
Exactly.
Okay.
We have.
File it, ma'am. There is lot of requirement from other countries. They will,
Okay.
they need a competitive young entrepreneurs. So they will ask you to submit, and if this project is really worth, they will come back to you. The student has to get some prize money, like $5,000 or $15,000, $25,000. So these are many ways, ma'am. Other countries are really helping the young entrepreneurs around the world. But India, I'm very sad to say that there is no such encouragement. I will definitely sources, ma'am. You can reach me through my email, at least my WhatsApp message. But text me before you call me, because I will be having meetings, or maybe I will be traveling sometimes to other places. Thanks
Sure,
for
ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
your innovative thoughts, ma'am, with me. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I inspired you. That's why I shared all this experience.
Ma'am, I'm inspired from you now.
Sir.
It's a give and take learning. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, I think we can wind up this slide. Yeah, thank you. Any more else? It's done.
We have Dr. Uma Maheshwari Shankar also telling or aligning with your thought that you said that, with milk packets. So she's also telling that I'm practicing the same for my milk packets, ma'am.
My mom strictly following, sir, since last 7-8 years. When I told her, this is the way you're hurting the, the sea animals and voiceless species. she was very seriously and she was spreading to our relatives also. I'm so happy. Like we have to train first our parents and grandparents. That is the first initiative we have to take. Automatically now I'm teaching the children. You teach your parents first. So the teaching to the child is teaching your parent. Definitely they will listen. If I am going to informing to their parents, they don't listen to us. The child is informing as a parent, you will listen, right? The
Yes.
similar way, I am taken the initiation with the little hands. The little hands and plays a big brain. That kind of situation is there in India. If you tell directly or inform to them, this is the reason you don't do it, they don't do it. So I'm incorporating even in birthday parties. I'm telling them, create atmosphere where you can do a beach cleanup or maybe park cleanup or talk about at least on environmental issues. So this kind of you can give prizes in your birthday parties instead of dancing. You do dancing, but don't waste food during your. So all these kind of activities comes under sustainable lifestyle. So we have sustainable lifestyle trainers and even dietitians and nutritionists who guide on this. Of course, I'll also can suggest schools can give this kind of information to students, because pizza, burger, this is the most of the harmful thing. Every young children to youth, they will eat, including elders, sir. I have observed in elders. I don't know why from my childhood, I don't go into that part. I never stepped into McDonald's. You never know this part. People will laugh at me. Never been into the Pizza Hut or somewhere. I don't know the reason, but after listening to sustainable development goals, I thought I'm on the right path. If you observe the ancestors, 15 years or even previous years, we never had any this kind of temperatures. 15 years back, we don't have temperatures, sir. 15 years back, we don't have sudden thunders and lightning and floods like this. That to unseasoned floods. We observe unseasonal floods and a lot of famine and even the tsunamis. First time tsunami came in Vishakhapatnam, but of course it is transformed my life to education sector. I've taken an oath. I have to do something for this ocean. In next 3 days, I got a call from a top international school, and I've joined that, leaving my 6 digits job to a normal 5 digits job. But I am loving my job and it's with passion. After that, I move out, and I've been associated with the world. So that's the compassion. The nature will give you back whatever you learn. The nature will you're going to serve it. It will give you back. This is the best. I can say the bliss which I'm enjoying in my profession. I hope everybody will be like this, and our world and in India especially become so positive, and the plants will not cry, sir. The species will not cry. So my slogan is always give more greens to bring the blues. That means put plantation, implement the plantation drive whenever you want, and that protects the blue oceans. Blue ocean is not a trash bag. Here people treats in my city at like a trash bag. Now they stopped it. They're not putting only mud Ganesha. This time everybody on the way of mud, not with the clay, not even clay. So I'm thankful for the nature. At least nature is giving the support for me. And people are listening to me, understanding the need. So government's also coming slowly. Recently, Modi ji has day for yesterday, I think, started the green energy subsidization. So every campus, every organization should be a green campus.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful opportunity. The participants also very, very knowledgeable participants, and they've given me the support and encouragement to be on this online platform. I have to thank Dr. Jonas, sir. Finally, he has given me an opportunity through your college. Thank you so much, Sharian, sir. Thank you a lot.
Thank you, ma'am, for being an inspiration to all of the participants who have joined today. I also take this opportunity to thank Dr. Jonas Richard, Head Department of Social Work, and Dr. Madhu Dhruvakumar, Head Department of Commerce PG. They have both toiled hard for the success of this FDP. We thank you both. I wish to thank my colleagues in both Department of Commerce PG and Department of Social Work. The flag of learning flies taller and higher due to their constant support. Thank you, dear colleagues. Dear participants and students, you have shown resilience against all odds to attend this FDP. Hearty congratulations to all of you. Last but not the least, I thank my dear students, especially Alicia, Hefzibah, and Susan, who are working in the background and are ensuring that this program reaches many others. The feedback form will be shared now. It will also be shared in the WhatsApp group in case you have missed it. Tomorrow, the session starts at 6 p.m. Participants can use the same Zoom link to join. We shall send the reminders in the WhatsApp group as well. Dr. Babak Kumar, Director for Consultancy and Corporate Training and Professor, School of Management at Kristu Jayanti College, Autonomous Bengaluru, will be addressing on scope for research and development in SDGs. We hope to see you all soon. This is your host, Dr. Cherian Thomas, signing off. Thank you, dear ma'am, once more for being with us despite your busy schedule.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Bye, sir.
Bye, ma'am.